Welcome to The Sage, our journey of adventure and discovery. I am Dr. Kechi Obuagu, your sage on this journey. Today's topic is one that is totally absorbing, at least to me. It's one in which I'm easily passionate about. It's one that brings joy, And you're wondering what's the topic? It's fashion. I think for each and every one of us, including all of you out there, there's nothing sometimes as more important in our lives as the way we look, the way we dress. Who is it that makes us happy by the things they produce that we wear? And so today we're going to talk about fashion, particularly the issue of fashion designing and tailoring. Before I talk about the wonderful guests we have lined up for you, let me just take a journey back and reflect personally on the concept of fashion in my experience and as I have traveled extensively all over the world. It is an area that makes me so proud to be a Nigerian. In all my travels, I sincerely believe that the creativity, the beauty that Nigerians bring to the issue of fashion and culture is unparalleled. In Africa, we stand out, and I want anybody to challenge me on that. The variety of different styles, fabrics, colors. We're literally like peacocks in this country. And we do it with style. We do it so well that we are the envy of the world. And I do believe that if it's an area that has so much potential, it's an area that is inexhaustible, particularly the issue of fashion designing and making clothes. It's an area in which our young people can excel themselves. Remember that these are series on issues of entrepreneurship and enterprise. This is limitless enterprise. The opportunities are huge. And so Nigerians are indeed already excelling, but I think there's a great deal more that can be done. It brings joy. It makes us beautiful. It also makes money if you do it right. But let me also admit that for me and for many of you out there, this is one area that is also notorious for bringing us dismay and anger and disappointments if your tailor doesn't do it right. How many of you have had the experience of having bought this material or seen this gorgeous style that you thought you wanted replicated, and what finally came back was not enough to make you cry? It is so. And that is why a really astute, creative, and determined entrepreneur who knows what quality is and who delivers on time and as per recommendation can make so much money, can thrive in the area of fashion designing and tailoring. And today I have an exciting, wonderful, gifted and talented young person to tell us how he's done it. Stay with us. We'll be back to introduce this wonderful young person to you. Welcome back to The Sage. This is a segment where we unveil our treasure. But I'm purposely delaying a little to keep you in suspense. He's worth waiting for. As I said before, he's a remarkable young man, creative, talented, hardworking, disciplined. Now I can move. I can show him to you. I can unveil our treasure. Juwon Alao, it is a pleasure to have you on this show.
Thank you, Mom.
Just before we go on, are you related to the Alao and Sheki Sheki?
No,
Is that a forefather, a grandfather?
No.
But you've heard of the show before?
Of course.
Yes, it's a wonderful old show, Alao and Sheki Sheki, and made that name so popular. Welcome to the show. It's a real pleasure to have you.
Thanks very much, Mom.
Do you want to tell us a little about yourself?
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Like she rightly said, my name is Olorunjuwon Alao. I am a tailor and a fashion designer. I actually had my first degree in political science, but right now I work as a tailor, a creative director of El-Cratos Limited. We make outfits for both male and female, ranging from the traditional outfits, corporate outfits, and just name it. If you can think about it, we can create it for you.
Wow. What inspired you? What made you decide to leave political science and not pursue the office of the president and decide instead to do tailoring?
Okay, then I'll put it in two words. The first, I'll say difference. Then the other part, I'll say, should I say unemployment, or I should rather, let me just
That's being real, yeah?
Yes, let me just say unemployment. Because I didn't want to do fashion design initially. I wanted to get a job like every young Nigerian, get a job and settle down and all that. But after my service years, I couldn't get a job, so I was just at home. Then I had the opportunity of learning, because there was a fashion house behind my house at the time where they work around the clock. So I go there sometimes to just with them, help them out with some things like ironing, placing of gums and all that. So after a while I told myself, why stay here till I die? Like the three lepers, they say. Why not just go along and pick stores? Because I was already having a little idea of the thing with the guys, and they were so happy to teach me. Okay. So I started doing, but I started with the female outfits because that was what they do. So I learned how to make female outfits, and gradually people started seeing it. But I realized I have to market myself first, because it's going to be difficult for you to patronize me if I'm putting on something else or someone else's outfit and I'm telling you I make clothes. So I had to learn how to make male outfits. Okay. I actually learned that online. I learned on YouTube.
Okay. And there were enough instruction on the YouTube?
Of course, as it is right now, this age that we live in, there's no excuse to remain down.
I like that.
There's always information. Think about anything, just go online and it will come up. So I learned basically online how to make male outfits. So right now I do make both male and female outfits excellently.
Did you make what you're wearing?
Of course, ma'am. In the last 4 years, I've not bought any shirts.
Wow.
I make my shirts.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
I love the color. I love the way it looks on you.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thanks. So as it is, starting the business, I had to tell myself, okay, what do I want to do? How do I want to go about it? Since it's a business, I have to look for the loopholes in the business so I can leverage on. And I realized that, okay, a lot of people, if not everybody, have one issue or the other with their tailors, ranging from time, excellent delivery and all that. So I decided to, I told myself, this is what I will leverage on. I will make sure I deliver like sharp. And even at that, I will make sure the delivery is top notch. So there will be no reason, and reasonable price.
Okay.
So there will be no reason
winning combination.
So there will be no reason to look elsewhere.
Good quality, well priced.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a winning combination.
So that's it for me.
That is so interesting. So how did you actually then start? So there you were, they were teaching you, you were helping them, and then you had this idea. You actually found you had a passion, right? That it was something that interested you, yeah?
Yeah, growing up actually, I've never liked wearing outfits that are made by tailors, because they don't always get it right for me. Because like I said, difference initially. I don't like to do just the regular thing. But by the time you describe and all that, is it that the guy doesn't get it, or he probably forgot? They have a lot of things to do, and most of them are not that smart to maybe get a note where they can jot down. So they just make what's in their head. So looking at all these things and weighing it, I just told myself, okay, this is an opportunity for me to actually just get what I want to do and put it right for myself. And other people that are like me, to make them know that, okay, guy, this is how you can do it and this is where you can do it right. This is the person for you. Whenever I talk to people and they're like, yeah, I don't have a tailor in town yet, I tell them, okay, you just got one. This is him.
I like that.
I just tell them, you just got one.
You just made a discovery.
So we start like that, and it's been good all the way. We've had it all this.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That's absorbing.
Thank you, ma'am.
We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll ask you a bit more about your business and the structure. Stay with us. We'll be back. Welcome back to The Sage. Talking to Juwon has been exciting. It's wonderful to hear the way his business has unfolded. But Juwon, tell me,
Yes, ma'am.
has it all been plain sailing? What have been your challenges? Have you had any?
Of course, ma'am. We've had a couple of challenges, but we always get back up. Okay. Typically, this year has been a different story entirely.
2020.
With the pandemic, the lockdown, and all that. But of course, we can't stay down. So we have to get back on our feet. And right now, we're back on our feet and we're doing better. Financial challenge is also part of it. Because like in every other business, the more money you have, the more exploit you are likely to be able to do. So financial challenge is part of it too, how to expand the business and all that. So we have a couple of them.
Tell us a bit, when you said you bounced back on your feet, how did you bounce? Tell us specifically how you dealt with the COVID challenges.
Okay, ma.
Yeah.
Okay, as it is,
Are people still making clothes?
People still make clothes. But, you know, like the whole thing came like a shock. We weren't expecting it. So when the lockdown started, let me not say we, like El-Cratos as a business, we're not prepared for it. So the thing hit us really hard, and
news for you, nobody in the world was prepared for it.
So for a while we were like really down. Okay, what do we do? What next? The clients are not talking about the outfits anymore. No new orders are coming in. So what do? We were really confused, but after a while, I realized that we can't stay down. We have to get back up. So what do we do? So we re-strategized. What is selling at this point? I realized, okay, at that point, people started making those masks. And organizations started, so, okay, this is what we need to do. So we look for time, get machine to the house. Since we could not go to the shop, to the business place, move the machine, we switched to make production of those masks and all that. And gradually from there, we started thinking of what next to do. And the moment the lockdown was over, we were already used to staying back, so there was already a strategy in place. We hit the ground running, and right now, it looked like there was never a lockdown for me, basically. Because everything has been back to back. We were hitting it faster now.
Okay. Yes, it's actually taught you, a lot. Strengthened your technique.
A lot, man.
You talked about issue of money. Of course, that makes sense. When you have more funds, you can expand. You can raise your business to a new level. What about, is there an opportunity for people, viewers out there who might be thinking about investing? If they decide to pitch in their money, are there investment opportunities for others in what you're doing?
Yeah, as it is, we're still growing right now, but eventually, very soon, we'll ask for investors so we can expand the business.
So you want my viewers to be waiting for very soon?
Like the very soon, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. In fact, maybe after this show, just immediately after this show, then
yeah, let me say to everybody, just be on the lookout. This young man is going places, and he is truly, truly talented, you know. So yeah, so Pleasure to have you again. Thank you so
very
much for
ma'am.
being with us.
Thanks, ma'am.
Yeah. We'll be back with our concluding segment, but stay with us. Welcome back to The Sage. It's been amazing. It's been wonderful listening to Juwon. He's made it sound so easy, you know. We can all do it. But no, we're going to pin him down now and make you tell us a little bit more about your structure. But before you go on, El-Cratos, what is that? What's the inspiration for that name?
Okay, ma'am. El-Cratos is actually a combination of two words from two different languages. El is Hebrew for God.
Okay.
While Kratos
A wise name.
While Kratos is Greek for mighty, like the mighty. That's what Kratos means.
You couldn't have gotten a better insurance policy. God is truly mighty.
Yes, ma'am.
And so that's wonderful. So tell us though about your business. How is it structured? The way you sound it, you say it, it's as if wow, it's fleet. You know, you click your hand here and it works. Tell us a little bit more. What is the structure? You know, what guided it? How, you know, what is it? What are the concrete details?
Okay, ma'am. It actually started like just a normal tailoring business. I make clothes and spend money, get money, spend and all that. Until 2019, I made C4C, and everything changed. Like, let me just say it that way, because I was now taught on how to put everything in perspectives, so I don't just run. And one of the major things I learned from the Conversation for Changes from C4C is that the business has to make profit.
Absolutely.
At the long run, the business has to make profits, and for that to happen, there have to be proper structures, like the finance, admin, operation, and all that. So, in the course of the training I had with C4C, I learned a lot on that. We were even made to do like practical classes. We had practical classes where we put up stores, presented stores like business plans and all that. And in the business plans, the finance and everything was stated out. So basically, as it is right now, different from what it was, we have our normal structure, like the operations where we have the tailors and all that. I have tailors that work for me right now.
How many tailors do you have?
Right now, I have just 2 guys that work for me and myself, making it true. Then the finance aspect, I still handle that by myself, using the Excel sheet and all that. And even the admin, I handle the admin too. So
yeah, it's wisdom not to employ too much.
Yes,
if you employ more than you're making, you will run at a loss. Yeah.
So I still handle a lot, even delivery right now. It's just sometimes that I use maybe delivery companies or boats and all that. But most of the things I still handle for myself. But as the business grows, we will have to let people do other things so that we can focus more on the growth of the business itself.
But you're making ends meet. You're able
Very
to
well.
you're able to feed yourself and give yourself a salary?
Of course, ma'am. Of course, ma'am. That was where the structure came in. Because initially, like I said before, we were just making money and spending. Then whenever I have to do anything, I will have to sort for the money and work with. But after my class, the classes with the C4C, I had to now tell myself, okay, if we have to make profit, then that means we have to know what to spend and what to save. That's part of the structure. Like, I was just going to gloss over it, but now that you ask, so we had to start saving a certain percentage of what comes in. Then we know how to give back to the business, how to service the system, so that if we have to do anything, we don't have to sort afresh for the cash. We just check and get that done.
What about the equipment and so on? Did you?
Yeah, initially, mom. I started with just my 2 industrial sewing machine. But after my classes, after the session with the C4C, they got me machines. So right now I feel like, oh, this business is big. Like, seriously, whenever I look at my stuff now, I look at it like I'm a big boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't mind me, I'm just kidding.
No, I love that. In fact, I'm going to repeat it, and that's our dream and our call to all the young people out there, that they will someday be able to look at what they're doing and say, I'm big, and I shall get bigger.
Yeah, we're growing. Thanks, mom.
What in your particular brand of tailoring and designing,
Yes,
is there any particular people that have inspired you, that you look up to?
Of course. Okay, ma'am. When I started afresh, I always love Moody Africa. Then after a while, I discovered a couple of other people that I really like their stuff. Because, like I said earlier, I just like to be different. I don't want to do the normal kaftan, like the normal way. I always like to do something that will just make it look twice. So eventually, I saw Yomi Casual. His outfits are really great, so I follow him back to back. There are some other guys, like Ouch is Uchenaji. These guys are really great. I don't know why I'm talking about Nigerian designers. There are other foreign designers that I like. But basically, I think I want to start from Nigeria and take care of it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Like I said, I think Nigerian designers and tailors are indeed some of the best in the world.
Yes,
and it's an area that many other young people can indeed benefit and venture into and make a living for themselves. Juwon, what is that thing that is sitting beside you?
Oh, wow. I was actually going to keep it till the end. It's actually for you. I brought it for you.
Wow. So, well, I love this kind of surprise. Really?
Thank you
What
very
is
much,
it?
man. It's a jacket. This is the belt, and this is the jacket, man. I don't know. I was actually going to keep it till the end of the show. Thanks, man.
Well, we'll make this the end of the show.
Thanks, man.
Oh, this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. And this can go anywhere and go with so many beautiful outfits.
You can go for
I will invite you to the show every day, you know, and you can bring things like this.
Oh, thanks, ma'am.
It is accepted with humility and with joy.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, ma'am.
Like I said, this is why this particular area, fashion designing, is of such joy and interest, because it gives pleasure. Beautiful things give pleasure, and looking good gives pleasure. Oh. Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much, Juwon.
Thank you, ma'am.
As we wind up, can I just say to the many other young people out there who would like to do what you have done,
yes, ma'am,
who would like to be able to make a living and in creating, find joy, do you have a few words for them?
Of course, ma'am. I'll say to these people that you don't have any excuse to fail. The world we live in right now, there are too many opportunities around us. But the problem is that a lot of us don't look. The problem is not lack of opportunity. The problem is not paying attention to it. It doesn't have to be tailoring, it doesn't have to be fashion. There are too many opportunities around us. You can do it as long as it's legal. Just make sure you're not stopping, because we start dying the day we stop. Thank you. That's what it is.
Wonderful. Those are words of wisdom from the mouth of a babe. Juwon, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mom.
Absolute pleasure having you here.
Thanks, Mom.
Thank you so much. And to all the young people out there, you've heard him. I mean, people need clothes all the time. We don't just wear clothes because we need them. It's something that gives joy. So everybody's wardrobe keeps increasing. So the market is always there. And so please do consider this as an avenue for enterprise, for feeding yourself, for, indeed enabling your own creativity. And again, to many of our viewers out there, we say, if you know any young entrepreneur that you think deserves to share his story, to also share his experience, we're welcome. Please write in and tell us, and we will do our best to feature him on the program. Thank you all. It's been an exciting journey. Thank you. Until next time.